I would say, Oprah Winfrey, you know what you need to do, and stop hiding behind what you call was negative comments, what you call, oh, I don't even deal with things like that, because what people are beginning to do is see you for who you are.
Hollywood pimp Oprah Winfrey paid $75 million to purchase sex tapes of Sean Diddy Combs raping an underage Justin Bieber.
First of all, it's triggering a lot of unreleased pain, repressed anger, guilt, and suffering that a lot of women have had.
Oprah was involved in all of that. You want to know how she made her money? Just understand that's part of it.
Oprah Winfrey, the Queen of Media, is reportedly in panic mode, and it's all because of Diddy. Could a court case force him to spill secrets that she's desperate to keep hidden? In a shocking and unforeseen turn, Oprah, a symbol of success and empowerment, has become an unlikely figure in controversy, including music mogul Diddy. The two have always been seen as two giants in their respective fields. Oprah, with her $2.5 billion empire, has been a media mogul for decades, while Diddy, the entrepreneur and artist behind Bad Boy Records, built his fortune through music, fashion, and media. However, their paths have now crossed in a legal storm that threatens to tear down both their legacies.
Breaking news tonight, Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested in a Manhattan hotel this evening after a grand jury indicted the music mogul. His attorney tells CNN that he is currently being processed. The charges are unclear as of this moment.
Diddy's legal troubles came to a head in late 2024 when he was hit with federal charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, and witness tampering. Investigators claim that Diddy's empire exploited young women under the guise of providing career opportunities in entertainment.
Combs allegedly planned and controlled the performances, which he called and he often electronically recorded them. Sometimes lasted days at a time.
The charges suggest a chilling pattern of exploitation, with whistleblowers revealing disturbing accounts of women being lured into Diddy's world with promises of fame and fortune, only to be used for darker purposes.
How was it predatory?
Somebody constantly treating you like a piece of meat, only valuing you for your appeal. And in some of the environments, you know, it was even scary to be by yourself.
Are you afraid in some ways that he'll get out, that there'll be some sort of retribution?
Oh yeah. Yeah, even doing this, you know, it's like, maybe I shouldn't say, maybe I should stop talking, shut up, you know, but it's like, you know, well, not talking hasn't changed anything either.
However, the situation took a shocking twist when Oprah's name was dragged into the case. Federal court documents allegedly revealed that Diddy had not only tried to smear Oprah's reputation, but also attempted to blackmail her to divert attention from his own criminal activities. While Oprah's long-standing reputation as a philanthropist and media powerhouse made her an unlikely target, it seems that Diddy was willing to stop at nothing to protect himself. The most surprising element of the allegations involves Oprah's South African girls' school, which she founded in 2007, has been accused of serving as a front for trafficking, with several girls allegedly being groomed for exploitation.
We arrested a former employee who was working at Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls. She was arrested yesterday for several charges, including assault, indecent assault, as well as soliciting girls under the age to commit indecent assault. And she's now at the Vereeniging police cells. I think the school has been open because they handed us a report of what was happening there, and they asked us to investigate what was happening there. And on our investigation, we arrested a woman who is a former employee. I think they have been open to make sure that all the criminal acts that have been taken place in the school are being investigated.
In 2009, a staff member was charged with child abuse, sparking an investigation into the practices at the school. Reports claim that Oprah personally selected the girls for admission, and some even allege that the girls were groomed for purposes beyond education. Investigators reportedly suggested that Oprah, directly or indirectly, may have played a role in facilitating these actions, although no direct evidence has been presented.
And he was with people in which I admired dearly. He was with Naomi Campbell, he had Oprah Winfrey there with him, who entered the room and was swinging off his arm.
In a move that shocked the public, Oprah allegedly provided crucial evidence to federal authorities, materials that reportedly highlighted a campaign to defame her. Some sources suggest that Diddy, in an effort to distract attention from his own legal battles, sought to leverage any possible weakness in Oprah's record, knowing the public's general trust in her could be easily shaken.
Oprah is acting like, oh, I didn't know. Oh, gee golly, right? And also, you want to bring in what is it, Marlon? The Wayfair? What's that called?
Oh yeah. So, not like it. Okay. So I'm gonna say it again. There are things I can't tell you here. All right. I can mention certain things, but I will not go into them.
How about just mention?
Okay. For those of you who don't know Wayfair, if you haven't been familiar with Wayfair, Wayfair was just like Wish and Amazon. You used to go on there and purchase. The problem was that Wayfair was also involved in selling people, children, people. And if you went to, and they would put them under certain titles of furniture names. Now, you would see like a table with a name, a type of table,
$400,000.
and it would be for $100,000.
It's crazy.
And people would go and purchase this table. You wouldn't get a table. You'd be purchasing a person.
Sick.
In a shocking revelation during a podcast, a man accused Oprah of being involved in human trafficking, claiming she was tied to an online marketplace allegedly called Mayfair. Unlike platforms like Amazon or Wish that sell everyday items, this marketplace reportedly lists humans disguised as products, such as furniture, using coded names to mask its sinister operations.
Oprah was involved in all of that. You want to know how she made her money? Just understand that's part of it.
Yeah, don't think that she.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you knew, you have the influence to shut things down. You have government influence because she knew Obama, right? She and Obama was pretty damn tight.
Oh yeah, he gave her an award. He gave her an award.
All right, so they know each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
She knew all this while he was a president for 8 years, right? You were telling me you're aware. You don't have the wherewithal to say, yo, I have some news that you could deal with some pretty bad things in America and get rid of this problem. Didn't do that. Now, what I want you to all understand that 40% of the people being trafficked were of African American type. Okay, so even if you were, like she just said that old white people need to die, if you're that kind of mindset where you really don't like white people but you use their money, wouldn't you at least do something to try and stop the trafficking of your own people? But that wasn't done either. So, and that's all I'm going to say about that until my channel.
As the charges against Diddy mount, his entertainment empire, which includes a vast array of ventures from music to fashion, now stands on the brink of collapse. With a reported worth of over $900 million, Diddy's conglomerate faces an existential crisis. Legal experts warn that the fallout from this case could cost him hundreds of millions in damages through civil suits, as survivors of the alleged trafficking and other victims seek justice. If the case is proven, Diddy could face decades in prison, but more than just his freedom is at stake. His entire legacy as a music mogul and entrepreneur could be shattered.
I used to love Oprah, like most of us who grew up when we did. And only now did I realize I've been getting spoon-fed propaganda from this woman for years. I always took her little setup packages as gospel. before I was a reporter, I never even thought to question whether Oprah might be intentionally misleading me. Then last night, the dawn came and I was like, oh my God, she is not a reporter. She's a propagandist. She's trying to shove messaging down my throat of whatever she believes, not what's real.
For Oprah, the implications are equally catastrophic. Known for her philanthropic efforts and profound cultural influence, Oprah's connection to this case could tarnish her decades-long legacy. Her empire, much like Diddy's, could experience a major backlash. Allegations suggest that Oprah has been linked to disturbing child exploitation activities, with claims that many of her close friends and associates have also been implicated in similar misconduct.
So this is what so many people don't understand. A big part of the confusion and shame for child victims is that the attention and the seduction from the predator, who is probably gonna be somebody you know.
Right.
In order for it to work, it has to be somebody you know, somebody you admire, somebody you respect, or maybe even love. And it feels good. I mean, if you're 7 years old and somebody, which I was trying to say this to my friends who had children, you're 7 years old and someone is stroking your penis, it feels good. Right. Even though you don't have a name for what that is, it feels good. And when I first said this years ago, people were like, you're crazy, because everybody wants to believe it's like assault and you're being thrown up against the wall and you're being raped. And I have said for years, if the abuser is any good, you won't even know it's happened. You will be in it and you won't even know it's happened. And if the abuser is any good, he or she is going to make you feel like you're a part of it.
After Oprah's close friend Jerry Harris was sentenced to 12 years in prison on child sex crimes in July, the media fact-checked anybody who dared to point out that he was Oprah's protege. This was information they didn't want to get out. But in reality, Harris was the star of Oprah's Netflix show Cheer, and she personally groomed him for the role. Then, like many of her other friends, Harris was exposed as a child rapist after he was caught using his position to lure underage children. But Jerry Harris is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Oprah and her paedophile connections. You might have heard of John of God.
When rumors emerged that Oprah's residence in Florida had been raided by federal agents in connection with the case, social media exploded. Fans, critics, and conspiracy theorists alike flooded platforms like Twitter, spreading misinformation and speculation. While no official statement confirmed the raid, the gossip continued to spread rapidly. In response, Oprah addressed the claims head-on in a tweet, attempting to quell the rumors. She wrote, "Just got a phone call that my name is trending. I'm being trolled for some awful fake thing. It's not true. Haven't been raided or arrested, just sanitizing and self-distancing with the rest of the world. Stay safe, everybody." While Oprah's tweet helped clarify the situation, it also highlighted the immense power of misinformation in today's digital age. Within minutes, the rumor mill began to churn again, with some users claiming that Oprah's attempt to distance herself was simply a diversion from deeper involvement.
It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second. I just want to protect her, I don't want her to go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody.
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I have been given custody of him. He signed to Usher.
Signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
Going crazy.
As the scandal evolved, social media continued to bring up the most chilling accusations. Some alleged that Oprah had bought a disturbing video linked to Diddy, showing an underage Justin Bieber in compromising situations. The rumors spiraled when Twitter user TPV Shan accused Oprah of spending millions covering up unspeakable acts, adding another layer of intrigue to the already tense situation.
Hollywood pimp Oprah Winfrey paid $75 million to purchase tapes of Sean Diddy Combs raping an underage Justin Bieber. Oprah has been hiding in plain sight for decades, using the media to shield her from the truth. But this time, there's no covering it up. The truth is finally coming to light.
What all do you know about Oprah as it relates to trafficking, pedophilia, and all that?
In my personal opinion, she is highly involved and has been so for years. This is a woman who does not like children, no matter what she tells you. And guess what? It makes sense to me because her mentor didn't like children either. Matter of fact, her mentor didn't even believe in childhood. You know who her mentor was?
Is that the John guy?
Maya Angelou.
Who was that? I never heard of that.
Dr. Maya Angelou, the author of I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings and all of that, yeah. Also a grand witch.
What was her relation with the ties with this doctor and John of God? Or is there any connections to that?
She's got a lot of ties with a lot of doctors. You know, the thing that bothers me most when it comes to Oprah is the way she went after Michael Jackson. That was in really poor taste. And then when you look at the fact that Diddy was sharing security with Michael Jackson, and then when you look at the fact that Janet Jackson was being harassed and subliminally gaslit for years, trying to force her into the fold and Michael standing in the way, and then the whole situation with the Backstreet Boys and Aaron Carter, and all of these intersections keep intersecting back to nothing but trafficking and abuse. And Oprah's involved in all of it.
In the midst of these mounting allegations, reports surfaced claiming that Oprah had suddenly left the country following Diddy's arrest. This sparked even more conspiracy theories, with some suggesting Oprah might be fleeing the country to avoid prosecution or further scrutiny. The world is watching as Diddy's empire collapses and Oprah fights to protect her reputation. Will Diddy's trial reveal shocking details about Oprah, or is it a distraction from his unraveling empire? Only time will tell. Stay tuned.